Мы лютой смерти наше завтра дарим.
We give our tomorrow with a fierce death for a company and for a platoon. We are now losing the use of the country. The gene pool of Russia lies in the dust.
According to the Moskovsky Komsomolets publication, People's Artist of Russia Dmitry Nazarov and his wife, also honored artist Olga Vasilyeva, were fired from the Chekhov Moscow Art Theatre for such anti-war statements. According to them, the dismissal order was signed by the artistic director of the theatre, Konstantin Khabensky.
According to our information, the artistic director tried to reason with Nazarov even before the dismissal. Still, after he saw the artist's interview on YouTube, where he openly badmouthed Russia, Konstantin fired the hero of the TV series Kitchen. He also fired his wife, who didn't hide her anti-Russian position either. In the article of the publication Moskovsky Komsomolets.
In turn, Nazarov refused to comment on his dismissal. He said to the publication that this issue was not discussed with Khabensky. Later, information about the dismissal of the actors was confirmed to the RBC by the theatre's deputy director for public relations, Vadim Vernik. At the same time, the performance with the participation of Nazarov and his wife, scheduled for February the 1st in Nizhny Tagil, was cancelled.
The reason for the performance cancellation was the appeal of the jail residents in the social networks of the cultural and leisure institution. Residents of the city were dissatisfied with how the actor had previously spoken negatively about the special military operation in Ukraine and mobilization. In an article in Between the Lines.
She resigned due to her anti-war position. 62-year-old teacher Olga Milovidova was forced to leave the school in St. Petersburg, where she taught pupils Finnish for 33 years. The woman does not plan to leave Russia yet. The reasons for my leaving are ideological. I am teaching Finnish and I will not return to pedagogical institutions. The decision to leave the school to which I gave 33 years of my life was difficult, but I did not make a deal with my conscience. Olga Milovidova, teacher of Finnish language, in an interview with Sever Realii. In early December, history teacher Nikita Tushkanov was arrested in Syktyvkar. He is charged with 2 criminal articles at once: the justification of terrorism and the discrediting of the army. This is because Nikita Tushkanov posted about explosions on the Kerch Bridge on social media. One of the publications he signed as birthday present for Putle. Now the history teacher is on the list of extremists and terrorists. He celebrated the new year in a pre-trial detention center.
I was offered to make a video where I apologized to the army, and they promised that everything would be fixed within a probationary period. Investigators came to me, bringing a pocket lawyer who immediately indicated that he was not interested in me. I refused to plead guilty and testify. Then I was again taken to the investigators. There were talks about not being a man, since I did not play to my words. They said I would be shot on the way to Mikun while trying to escape, and they laughed. It wasn't amusing to me. Nikita Tushkanov, history teacher, in an interview with the Sever Realii project.
The 38-year-old mathematician Mikhail Lobanov was arrested in Russia twice in the past year. On December the 29th, the security forces broke into his flat with a search. Mikhail was beaten and then taken to the police station. Lobanov received 15 days in jail for disobedience to law enforcement. After leaving the Moscow Special Detention Center, he told about what had happened.
When I opened the door, they shouted at me to lie down on the floor, and I lied down. They hit me several times in the corridor during that process. Then they told me to go to the room and continued to beat me. They shouted that they would send me to the front line. Well, in accordance with these blows, they broke my upper lip, and now I've got very big bruises on the right side of the chest, some bruises on the shoulder and on the knees.
According to lawyer Evgenia Chirikova, Vladimir Putin's regime is doing everything possible to show the complete lack of rights of Russian citizens. Kremlin is trying to establish a regime in which people are afraid of everything. They are afraid to go out, afraid to meet more than with 2 people at once, afraid to talk about something in the kitchen. It turns out that no matter what social layer you are in, you will definitely have some acquaintances who may have suffered from the Putin regime, and it affects Russians a lot. In 2023, single anti-war actions are expected to continue. So in Moscow, at the entrance to the Cathedral of Christ the Savior, an anonymous activist made an inscription on the pavement with red paint addressed to Patriarch Kirill, "Gundyaev, do not kill." The activist also became the author of a banner launched over the Moscow River. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Victoria Sinko, Mykita Babenko, UATV News.